Florida is building something massive. But that's not the actual story. The story is that this has already been happening for over 100 years. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. There's a system hidden in plain sight that controls where water lives and where it dies. I call it the Florida water machine. And in a minute, I'm going to show you the part of this system that almost nobody understands, even the people living right next to it. You're probably thinking, oh, Florida is just naturally wet, right? Swamps, rain, Everglades. It's just how it is. But actually, almost none of it is natural anymore. Because in the early 1900s, Florida made a decision that permanently altered the entire state. Governor Napoleon Broward stood up, said something bold, drain the Everglades. Not partially, not carefully, completely. They saw the Everglades as wasted land, useless, something to be controlled. And this is the part most people don't realize. Florida isn't fighting water today because of nature. It's fighting water because of a decision. So they built it. Canals, levees, gates, miles and miles of engineered control. The federal government eventually turned it into something official, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers system, known as the Central and Southern Florida Project. And if you're thinking, okay, that sounds like infrastructure, you're missing it. This system didn't just manage water, it replaced nature. Because water used to move south, slowly, naturally, into the Everglades. But instead, it got redirected, not south, but east and west, into places like the St. Lucie River. And what followed wasn't minor, not occasional, not rare, not healthy, not sustainable, not fixable overnight. Toxic algae blooms, fish kills, coastal contamination, and this is where it locks in. This isn't new. This has been happening for decades. And the part that's going viral right now, that's not beginning of the solution. It's actually the result of a 20-year delay, too. In 2000, something big happened. The Comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan was approved. You hear that and think, okay, so they fixed it. No, they didn't. It took nearly 20 years just to get the project and people finally noticing now. And this is the part you saw in the thumbnail. The heart of Florida water machine. The EAA reservoir, south of Lake Okeechobee, around 17,000 acres, holds 78 billion gallons of water. Think about that. You're picturing a lake, a big one. It's not a lake, it's controlled. It captures excess water, filters it, then sends it south, back towards the Everglades. Which sounds simple until you realize this project wasn't delayed because it was hard. It was delayed because it was fought. Land, money, control, deals with the U.S. sugar, billions in funding debates, state versus federal power, environmental pressure. Entire pieces of land had to be negotiated, moved, or taken off the table before anything could even start. And what's happening right now is the part that should get your attention. This isn't theoretical anymore. It's happening. Leadership like Ron DeSantis is accelerating timelines. Construction is moving. Contracts are active. Target completion 2028-29. And if this works, cleaner water, less algae, healthier coast, stronger property values, sounds like a win. But that's only if it works. Because if it doesn't, Florida doesn't reset. It repeats. Billions of gallons of diverted, dumped into the ocean. And the strangest part, you can live here your entire life and never realize you're inside a machine. And now that you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. See you tomorrow, guys.